Okay, today's daf is Shekalim, daf Dalid, number 4. Mishnah talks about the chiyuv of a kalbon. Basically, simple explanation is that it's an exchange fee. That when you give a full shekel to the base of Mikdash, you only have to pay a machzah shekel. So when you get change, the exchange fee, you pay an extra ma kesef or a chatzi ma according to the chamim as an exchange fee for this transaction. The Gemara brings Amad Beis Masnisa de Rei Meir. Amar Rei Meir Kishem Shiklo Torah Kach Kalbono Torah. Chasava Rei Meir Benosin Shiklo Shalim Shuchayev V'Kalbon. Amar Rei Meir Kamim Adbeya Shal Eish Hotzi HaKadosh Baruch Hu Mitachas Kisei Kvodo V'Reu L'Moshe Amar Lo Zeh Yitnu Kazeh Yitnu. Comes out that it's a two-way machlokas. We're going to see that Rei Meir actually has a different opinion about the kalbon. He holds, the way the Mefarshim explain, is that the kalbon is there to make sure that the coin that you're giving has the value of a machzah shekel, has the value of a half of a shekel in the silver of the coin. And because we're afraid some of the coin might not be pure silver. So therefore, it has to be like the matbeya that Hashem showed on fire, where it's all the psoles, the metal that's not pure silver was burned away, and there was remained the machzah shekel now of pure silver. Now, there's a couple of questions on this. First of all, and it would come out this machlokes Rei Meir and the Chacham. Rei Meir holds that it's to make sure that it's a machzah shekel, and when you give a machzah shekel, you have to give an extra mal kesef in order to make sure that it has the value in silver of a machzah shekel. It's not an exchange fee. And according to the Chacham, it's an exchange fee, and that's why the Mishnah says on Amud Aleph that if you give for you and for your friend, so you give 1 shekel for you and your friend, so according to the Rabbanan, you only pay 1 kalbon. According to Rei Meir, 2 kalbonos, because you have to make sure that each machzah shekel is complete. Now, one question on this, on the Rei Meir, is from the fact that it says further in the Mishnah on Amud Aleph, Hashok al yad ani v'al yad shchino v'al yad bein iro pater. If you give the machzah shekel for a poor person or a neighbor or someone in your city, you're exempt from the kalbon. Now, if he's chayiv and you're giving it for him, so I can understand that maybe Chazal would waive it according to the Rabbanan, that it's an exchange fee because you're doing a favor for somebody else. But if it's actually to make sure that it has the full value of machzah shekel, why are you pater when you give it for an ani or for a neighbor? The second question is that the Gemara Amud Beis says, the Amar Rei Meir Kishim Sheshiklo Torah Kach Kalbono Torah. Kasar Meir Benosin Shiklo Shalim Shuchayev B'Kalbon. It says when he gives a full shekel, he's chayiv in a kalbon. Now, really, he's chayiv in a machzah shekel. It sounds Shiklo Shalim sounds he's giving a full shekel. So why a full shekel you're chayiv in a kalbon? Only when you give a machzah shekel you're chayiv in a kalbon. And the third question I ask is, we know that in most currencies, the way it works nowadays is that coins are not based on the actual silver or gold that they have, or the gold standard as it used to be. Is that now, and maybe even back then in some countries there was a fiat currency, meaning the government declared that coins had certain values, even if it didn't contain the actual amount of silver or gold that it was supposed to contain. So if that's true, so then this explanation wouldn't make any sense, because presumably the Mishnah is referring to currencies also where the coins are not made out of silver. So how do we understand this according to that? I want to answer the question by saying a different explanation according to Rei Meir, is that when the Gemara says Kasava Rei Meir Benosin Shiklo Shalim Shuchayev B'Kalbon, the Rei Meir Kamin Matbeya Shal Eish Hotzi HaKadosh Baruch Hu Mitachas Kisei Kvodo, why does he use the imagery of a fiery coin? Fiery coin is the imagery of Hislavus HaNefesh, when a person has a burning desire to do good. So maybe according to Rei Meir, the whole idea of a kalbon is the idea of generosity. And That's what the Gemara is saying over here. And when he says, "Kishem shiklo Torah kach kalbon Torah kazar me'osin shiklo shalim shuchayev kalbon," it's a big chiddush according to the mayor that if you give a machzah shekel, so you have to add extra money, a makesef, to show generosity according to the mayor. If you give a full shekel, that's the literal meaning of the Gemara. In chayev kalbon, you're not allowed to take change on that. You're not allowed to take machzah shekel change on that, any change on that. Because since the chiyuv of machzah shekel includes the chiyuv of kalbon, which is a tip or a showing of a display of generosity, so you have to be a generous person. And if you only have a shekel coin, you have to leave it as a shekel coin. You have to give the other chatzi shekel as your kalbon. And that's what the Gemara means over here. Meaning he's chayiv in the kalbon, he can't take anything back from that. That would be the chiddush according to Reb Meir. And that would answer also why it says in the Mishnah that if you gave the machzah shekel for an ani or a shchena or your neighbor or a person in your city, you didn't act as generosity. So since your act of generosity was already done, and even though you gave machzah shekel, you didn't give anything more, you're put from the kalb. You're put from giving you another ma kesef according to the mayor, because you've displayed generosity, and that's the real chiyuv according to the mayor. According to the Rabbanan, it's an exchange fee, and according to the mayor, it's to show generosity in giving the machzah shekel.